Okay, just gonna make a little short video about some of the upgrades I've put on my new bike. I really haven't done anything video-wise about the things that I've added to it, but first thing, I guess I'll start from the front, work my way to the back, is the little windscreen deflector. This is mostly gonna be Triumph catalog parts that I put on here, but it doesn't do anything for the wind, which I'm sure you already know, but it looks good. Got it in gloss black. The bike is in matte black, so it kind of just offsets it a little bit. Also, these turn signals, Triumph as well. They look a whole lot better than the stock ones. The stock ones are kind of fat and big here in the US. These are little slimline LEDs. The only thing I don't like about them is the rear is orange, and the old ones, the original ones, would turn red when you put the brake on. These just light up orange and it kind of looks funny. I wish there was an option to switch them to red somehow, but it is what it is. I think people will notice you. Added some shorties. I got small hands, so these actually are a lot more comfortable than the stock ones. Since we're up here, I put mirror extensions on. I felt like the mirrors were just a little too close for me and mostly just gave me a vision of my shoulder, so this kind of puts them out there and away from me a little bit more. Got the mount for my phone. That's a mount for my GoPro. Then down here, painted the calipers red. I think that added a lot to it since this is a black bike. We'll talk about that in a second. Carbon fiber radiator side. I didn't like the silver, hated the silver. So wanted to replace it with something, and I thought these looked really good. They didn't fit exactly perfectly. I had to add some washers to it, but once you've made a little modifications to the hardware, it fits nice and snug. Radiator grill. There's some exhaust. I'll talk about that in a second. Sliders, Triumph. Engine covers, Triumph. I think that's about it on the engine side. And then back here, I added the grab handles from the Tiger 600. I think they look really good. The thing about these bike stock is there's nothing on the rear seat, and it just kind of looks plain and bland, and I think it needed something, and I think that's exactly what it needed, was that. They look great. Only problem is sometimes when you swing your leg over it, you hit your calf onto the pointy end, and that'll give you a nice bruise. Anyways, and I got a tail tidy, Evo Tech tail tidy. There was nothing wrong with the way the original one looked. I thought it looked fine, but again, the back end where the seat is, it looked a little plain from the factory, and I wanted to just kind of add some visual weight to the rear. And it's not gaudy looking like you see on the Honda Hornet or anything like that. It's nice and small, fits really good. Install was not too bad. The worst part about the install was just rerouting the original harness that was on the license plate back here and bringing it up through the top. And last but not least, the exhaust. I got the TEC 3-in-1 Fang exhaust. They look great. They sound great. Only problem is they're a little too loud in my opinion. I wish there was something in between stock and what this is. I would get that. If there was a way to put a baffle or something on here to make it even a little bit quieter, I think I would go for something like that. But the way it looks though, I've had TEC on my last bike, the Royal Enfield, and that's why I bought these, because I thought they would be just as good, and they are. Love them. And that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks.